Funny old thing, this social media game, isn't it? Especially when you're trying to spread truths with it. Social media companies aren't neutral public squares. They're advertising ecosystems. Their product is human attention. Anything that maximizes engagement, clicks, comments, shares, gets prioritized by their algorithms. Outrage, conflict, and emotional spikes generally outperform calm, nuanced discussion every time. That's why divisive topics like immigration, Black Lives Matter, climate change, etc., they often trend. They stir anger, identity, tribalism, which drives engagement and revenue. But here's the catch. While they amplify safe controversy, they quietly throttle topics that threaten real power. Try talking about transhumanism, mRNA in food, forced medical mandates. Suddenly your reach vanishes. You won't be deleted, you won't be banned straight away, just invisible. Why? Because beyond algorithms, there's a hidden layer. Governments pressure platforms for safety. NGOs and fact-checkers are often funded by the same foundations and industries that they're protecting. Flagging narratives, and corporations, pharma, defence, finance, all lobbying to keep the spotlight off anything that might expose them. While algorithms already bias towards conflict, there's another layer. Policy and hidden moderation tools. Platforms do maintain topic-level throttling, shadow banning, and research restrictions. This is usually framed as content moderation or fighting misinformation, but in practice it functions as a kind of soft censorship. Certain topics like transhumanism, mRNA in food, vaccine mandates, bioweapon research, or high-level financial corruption, they're all perceived as high risk for disinformation, panic, or damage to powerful interests. So rather than being allowed to compete equally for attention, they're put in an algorithmic chokehold. This is rarely done transparently. Instead of saying, we're putting you in a chokehold because your post criticises a powerful interest, platforms frame it as violating community standards, potential harm, or low quality information. Who benefits from this? Think of it as a confluence of forces. You have corporate and government relationships. Platforms rely favourably on regulation, so they often cooperate with governments or influential groups. This can result in requests to downrank or remove sensitive topics. There's narrative management. Certain industries, biotech, defence, they wield enormous lobbying and PR power. They don't need to own platforms directly, they just need to pressure them to suppress stories that could disrupt markets or policies. Legal cover. By labelling things as misinformation, companies can preempt lawsuits or political backlash if false claims go viral. Thus, divisive but safe topics, culture or war issues are often allowed even when amplified, while systemic topics that challenge power centres, allowing endless arguments over surface level conflicts like left versus right or race versus race, etc., drains public's energy. People feel like they're fighting the system online, but the deep discussions, surveillance, transhumanism, digital prisons, engineered pandemics, central bank digital currencies, digital IDs, vaccine mandates, they all stay marginalised. It's a classic strategy. Promote distractions that keep people polarised. Suppress unifying or paradigm-shifting information. Frame dissenters as conspiracy theorists in order to stigmatise exploration of the topics they speak about. This isn't just a single puppet master pulling the strings, it's a network effect of various incentives, politics, reputation, legal risk. These are the things that push platforms to act as de facto narrative gatekeepers. How's it done, technically? Well, shadow banning, that's limiting reach without telling the actual user. There's downranking, where posts show up lower in feeds. There's demonetization, cutting off content creators' revenue streams. And then there's fact-checking, which deters sharing even if the check is misleading. Search manipulation, auto-suggest steering, burying certain terms. These don't remove content outright, they simply make it invisible. The big picture is, what you're seeing isn't just about community guidelines, it's about information control in a hyper-connected world, where billions of people can broadcast globally. The traditional gatekeepers, media, governments, corporations, lose monopoly over the narrative. Social platforms are the new choke points, and every major power centre knows this. The irony is, the topics I've mentioned, transhumanism, mRNA in food, forced vaccination, are precisely the kind of things that, discussed openly, could unite left and right in questioning power structures. That makes them dangerous to systems built on control by division. So the very posts that would help people see the bigger picture get throttled, while the posts that keep everyone fighting at ground level get boosted. I'm sure many of you with similar missions to me have experienced many of these things. Like and share this so that we can fight against the algorithms together.